Hello everyone, Specter here. Welcome to Star Citizen. Today we're going to take a look at the Esperia Prowler, which is a stealth dropship in Star Citizen. Alright, so let's get to it first. At the front, as you can see, you got a very thick armored cockpit, which I like it a lot. Not because how it looks, but because how it designed is logical to all the spaceships. For me, because well, comparing to have a large piece of glass like in front of the ship, the armor can provide some sort of protection, right? Especially space is very dangerous. You got flying rocks around, so getting armor hang like at the front of the ship is a very good plus for protecting your crew. So let's move on. In here, you got 8 of these hover engines. These engines, as a stealth ship in Star Citizen, these engines can help this Prowler to get through enemy lines, like without detected by radar. I won't say it's totally like undetectable, but it can provide more cover for the Prowler to get through enemy line, because the engines, you need to like kind of use a lot of energy to like push this ship forward, right? But these hover engines use less energy, which in radar is hard to detect the ship comparing to the other ships, which is a very good plus as a stealth ship. In here, you got a ladder, which I don't use it for entering the ship, but this ladder got some features like alien look. I wonder how you climb up to the ship, because its design is a little bit odd. But anyway, I'm not going to use it anyway, so yeah. Okay, so in here you got some doors for dropping off your troops. It's a very good thing. Oh, by the way, if you open these, you can see some red thing here, right? Those red things are like the shield to provide cover for your troops. So your troops inside can shoot through the shield and towards the outside, while the enemy from the outside cannot shoot through the shield. That's a very good plus for covering fire for your like landed comrades. In here you got gimbal size 4 cannon. It's a ballistic cannon, so it can provide a punch, provide a heavy fire to like cover your troops. But you don't have missiles, by the way, so just be aware. You got a landing gear here. I will talk about the landing gear later. At the end of the ship, you got a ramp here. It looks like a lobster, right? By the way, yeah, you can let your troops easily to get in or out from the ship through this ramp as well, and you got a shield there as well. I will talk about it later, but yeah, it looks like a lobster tail for me. On the right hand side is identical to the left hand side, so let's get inside of it first before it's totally dark. Okay, let's get inside here. As same as the drop, like the doors, you got a shield here. You can shoot out of the ship, and while you are like behind the cover, which is very nice. Okay, so you got yup, 16 extra seats for your troops. I think 16, is it? Yeah, 16. This is not the one. Yeah, so 16 in total. So you can ask them to kind of stay there. Yeah, it's not really a seat, but you can hold your troops there in position instead of bumping around. You got some extra gun racks in here and at the front as well to put extra like weapons, and you got the stairs here. In here is a co-pilot seat. Okay, so for the co-pilot seat, if you talk about the view, it's not as good as the pilot seat, of course. Well, you can't even compare to the fighter. But anyway, the most important roles for the co-pilot is to cover your ship with a turret. Of course, without the co-pilot, the pilot can still kind of control this turret as his own or her own weapon. But with a co-pilot, you can cover your troops surrounding your ships and also like cover your ship's 6 o'clock from enemy pursuits. As I said, the ship don't have missiles, so the co-pilot don't need to do much things. And in here, you got some stairs moving upward. Alright, this is a pilot seat. And in here, you can access to a lot of components, which you can repair it inside of the ship with the protection of the shield, which is good. But it turns out these kind of components, I think the pilot is the only one who do the repair because all the things is right behind him. So you got a lot of work to do as a pilot. In here, well, you may see outside, right? But as I said, the ship, the cockpit is surrounded by the armor. So why you can still look outside? Because of this one. So pilots can also enter the remote turret, but here, normally at the beginning to like kind of enter the ship, your ship just looks like this. You can't see outside. But after switching on this one, you can see outside already. It's a very good feature, which I really like it. I assume all the spaceships in the future should be looks like this as well, because it provides more protection instead of using glasses. Alright, so for this ship, switch on it first. Can you hear the engine? It's very, very awesome. Okay, let me take off first. Alright, so there are a few modes of the ship. Here is a flying mode, which can provide you quite a... You can fly very fast actually, quite fast. But if you talk about control, it looks like a medium ship, by the way. So you can't expect too much from the ship to be like a fighter. You can expect it looks like a freelancer, but it fly like quite fast compared to the freelancer, of course. Alright, so let's talk about the second mode, which is the hover mode, which can help you to have a better control when you're landing or take off. And the third mode is the landing mode, which you can see the blade comes down. Okay, so I need to take a look at where I land so that I won't accidentally like hit the ground so hard. Alright, so yeah, maybe I choose another other place to land would be better. Sorry about the mic. Okay, so before I landed, I can tell you more about the ship first. If you want to like kind of get the ship in game, it costs you 4.2 million in-game credits. Well, for the price point, is not very well. It's quite expensive. And the same price point, you can kind of get Anvil Valkyrie, who can give you 30 SE of cargo space, while this Prowler cannot. But just a reminder, the Anvil Valkyrie, although it's a dropship, but the signature from that ship is quite high. So unlike this ship, because this is a stealth ship, so everything should be very stealthy, very sneaky. If you're using it for doing Black Ops, it's a suitable ships to use. And if you purchased it like with real money, I think it's around $400. Currently, it's not available, but I should say it's quite expensive for me, especially in here. You don't really have any kind of like missiles or something like that. So yeah, if you really need to spend $400, I'd rather spend on some sort of things like C2 or C2 Hercules or something like that would be much more useful in game currently. Okay, in here I think it's enough already, so let me go down a little bit so that I can land. Okay, so let me show you the last features that I can that's about the ship first. Okay. I think this one is good enough already. Yep, with some sunlight, it would be better to introduce it to you guys. Okay, I assume that I'm going to land here and assaulting the outpost. So your pilot and co-pilot is covering your front and back of the ship, which the troops inside of the ship is no need to concern about too much because, well, of course, you're not. You are being covered by your pilot and co-pilot. And also, the access point, like the way you exit, get away, like walk out from the ship is from the side of it. So you don't need to aware of the fire from the front or the back too much. But just in case that you need to kind of like exit the ship and you're surrounded, remember you are behind enemy line. Although the enemy may not have like heavy weapon like a tank or something, but still they might be able to surround you and shooting you with a small arm fire. And if you are behind the shield, you will be covered, well protected by the shield of the ship. That's very nice. While you can cover your own exit before you jump off the ship. But after you jump off the ship, you will under enemy fire as well, right? So the wing will kind of help you because all you need to do is to run up here to get cover. Well, of course now it's not very ideal because you can being hit by someone down there as well. But just imagine this is flat and you kind of can be use it for like protection from enemy fire, and also you can shoot them. Okay, like this. All right. So that's why they designed this this wingtip like this. Let me stall it first. Or maybe I can demonstrate a little bit better over there. Okay. So like this, you can have a very good shooting range from here, shooting view from here, so to cover yourself. Alright, so for me, this ship is a drop ship, right? Of course you can run some black op because you can sneak through enemy lines, right? Undetectable by the radars, kind of. I think this ship can be a assault ship as well, because you can you deploy 18 troops in total, and the radar is hard to detect you. What it means is you can kind of sneak close to the enemy ship to the point that when the time they detect your ship, your troops is already there, like very close to their ship, and kind of try to cut through the doors and capture their ships as well. So this ship is really, really good at raiding and doing black ops. For me, currently, it's not very useful, I know. And of course, according to the price point, it's not worth it for now. I would just suggest players to fly the ship if they got enough extra cash. You can play around with it. Yes, which I did. I got some extra cash, so I got this ship to play around, and it looks awesome. But before, besides of these, I would suggest you not to purchase this ship first, as it's expensive and you can get similar ships, or I should say not similar, but better ships with that price point. Alright? So that's it for today's ship review. Well, not review, but ship tour of this Prowler. And if you think this video is helpful for you, feel free to leave a like. And if you want to ask something or leave some comments about the way I make the video, then you can leave a comment down below. Feel free to leave a comment down below, alright? And I shall see you guys next time. Bye bye.